Yeah, we're all set here. Let's get this motherfucker. First we got the Eight Streams, Medea Persia. That was the first one. Then Chosen, Wendy's Tuna Meals. Then Amish, did not have sex with a girl. It was good. It was very good. You don't need to swim the Mississippi. It would only help your ego. Witness to the Jews in your group. All of that I just said is the LiON, those four. Now, football recent. Boise State beat San Jose. Now, Boise State, you always see them, it's like the Revelation 12. That's what Boise State is. Now, San Jose is the Tetris in the backyard of Walnut Creek with Jose, who put in a filtration system into our backyard. And you see things like Eve is staying at the house, you'll see that she's underground or she's above in the attic. That's what that comes from. It's spiritual, okay? And he put in a gutter system, okay, in the backyard. It was very muddy back there. And Lexington is kind of like London, they get a lot of rain. Stanford beat Louisville. Okay, so you have Stanford being like the Willard Stanley of the Ford, is like they're in the pit and it's Ford, so it's that they're really going hard in the word for this Benjamin Living Seal. So they beat Louisville, which means they beat Don Denny, who is the Word of God in Noah. Okay. UK beat Murray State. Now, don't take all this too seriously to where it's like, well, that's what it is for sure. Like, it's spiritual of how the players move around on the realms and how the coaches move around on the realms. The money is involved. There's not rigging because they can't rig talent. But if you are so in tune with your talent that you can do that, that's at the NFL level. And even them, not many can hold on to that. So when you look at rigging, it's like it's very hit and miss. Like they can't really hold on to that, guys. Like it doesn't work that way. I've studied this. I've been here a while now. Like it doesn't work that way. It's very spiritual. It just happens the way it's supposed to. Grox even said before he left that watching the games is like watching a Bible study, and that's true. And um, there can be favorites, but the team moves in a mob mentality as well. So you have the wave of everything. You have the fans that are interacting, the moments of pressure, the moments of energy release. It's just many factors. It's not rigged. If you want to say that the Chiefs are rigging it, they have the refs on their side, okay? Well, Tom Brady had the refs on his side. Deflate Gate, all of that happened when I was at Antipas Pit, you know. So you can't say it's rigged, and don't be someone who doesn't watch sports because you had a bad experience or because you think it's rigged and it's stupid. I mean, or you don't think it's manly, or like give it a chance and just say, okay, we're going to look at the spiritual side of this. Okay, so UK beat Murray State. Now, UK is like England, okay, and it's like the Adder. The Adder lives there. My mom's family lives there, and Murray State is like Bill Murray. You know, so you think of Groundhog Day, you think of the vampires, stuff like that. Body King Saul, take online classes, everything will work out. He was stern with me. At Antipas Pit, win my best time in a swim race. I was a swimmer, grew up that way. Khakis folded on the bed, okay. And that was at KCPC. We had to wear khakis, a little bit different from the jumpsuit. And all of that, those four are the Panther, okay. So 10 November 2024, the Saints beat Atlanta. Now Atlanta is the Falcons. The Ethiopia guard here likes Atlanta. He likes Georgia. Everything was perfect at SCAD. We had a perfect Bible situation with me and Vitaly Pushkar Verbitsky and Alex Groudens and Chris Conlon. Even the captain, who I shaved my beard. I wasn't supposed to do that, and he got on to me for that. We had just a perfect Bible scenario going on. It was like we were mobbing like it was Old Testament. And then Saints, Lil Wayne is not going to perform, and he's from there. It's kind of a big deal. Um, and you know that Lil Wayne is mentioned in the Prophecy Club videos. 49ers beat Buccaneers. 49ers, Brock Purdy is the quarterback. Buccaneers, they don't have Tom Brady anymore. Um, Tampa, my sister lives there with her fiance, and I'm not going to their wedding because I found out that Owensboro people are going to be there. I really had to get to the bottom of it, so I said no. It's okay. It wasn't too big of a deal. I just moved on, and my family moved on allegedly. So, 49ers is like the gold diggers. So you get a little bit of Kanye, you get a little bit of the dinosaurs. Okay, you get a little bit of the San Francisco, which is we have Pope Francis right now. He's the Pope. And there were two popes for a little bit, and that was kind of a big deal, and that has gone on since 2012. And the Pope's name is Goggle, just like swimming goggle, or like Toad in X-Men. So you get some of that revelation. The if you want to say the horns of Revelation, the what the mystery Babylon is riding, that beast, or you could relate it to Daniel 7, the nine that fall, subdue, and plucked up by the roots. And so then you go to Buffalo beat Colts. Buffalo, I think they look really good. I like the Buffalo team. I think they could be really good this year. And then the Colts is like Ryan Cowth, Callie Cowth. Um, and Vikings is like Kevin Donnelly or Craig Bond. They beat Jacksonville. Jacksonville, you always think of BP Earthwatch. New England, there's a lot of churches up there, was on the radio, up in that New England, New Hampshire, Vermont area. It's kind of like Blair Witch Project up there, but it's also small towns. it'd be interesting to take a study on that and see what's really going on up there. Because when you get into Maine, it's it's a little bit scary. Because that whole area, there's not a lot of intel about it, and it's a little bit scary, like Blair Witch. So we will dive more into that. Um, so New England beats Chicago. My family on my dad's side is in Chicago. They have a new mascot. It's kind of silly looking, kind of a weird face of the bear. It's kind of a like it's got its mouth open. It just looks almost like a human face. It's kind of dark shaded, like the shadow of Egypt. And then the eyes are all what offset the whole thing. It's like it just looks really silly. It just looks silly. So, um, Panthers beat Giants. Panthers is like the gravity, the willy or vagina, and then the beat Giants is like the champions or the Nephilim. Chiefs are the most winning team right now for the past few years. They beat the Broncos, which is like Ryan Kauth. Um, Tell you what I really need right now, Ryan. And if look, this is deep and dark, but the Ryan, if I were you, Ryan, I would slit, wrists or whatever. That's what the weekend says. It's not Ben V. It's this seed of Satan situation. Now, don't rush it along. Don't try to make a fight or pick a fight. It just is what it is. Okay, so in the weekend, he has studied because he has a lot of celebrity status. So don't take him lightly, but also tread lightly with him because he's saying things that are private. Okay. Steelers beat Commanders. Talking about the Benjamin Living Seal and the Commanders, which is Commander in Chief. Um, the stealing of the food, the Kachina Christmas star, the Ben Hur situation, body hopping. All of that is in play, and don't rush it along. Just take your time. Don't worry about these things, okay? It's all going to be handled. I'm handling it. We have multiple warriors that are handling it. And the commander in chief is now Trump. Show him respect, just like we did Joe Biden. Now, I was on a stone foundation. H was above me in a soft leaves canopy. James Cameron and Zerubbabel, who is the counterpart to Joshua Holland Klein Wells, who died Oscars 2022. They watched or they saw the Pandora film in the basement in a movie theater set up at James Cameron House, and Arnold was awestruck. Deadly wound, sawzall blade incident. I moved the whole herd of cattle. I heard the dog crying. I was out of jail and happy. That is the next one. And I read the newspaper of the tornadoes. Hudson was formed in the womb when I was at West Point, and the dream was that he saw Hudson and thought of me. Okay. All of that, those four are the Jaguar. Now, Chase McLaughlin, Yellowstone trailer again. That was a vision that I had on the big screen. They kept showing the Yellowstone trailer with the guys looking back, looking at each other at the fire that they left behind them, that they started in the trunk of a car or something. I don't watch any of that. This is what I watch. I'm here as a prophet. I just watch this. I don't watch that show. Old man, wake up. Little girl blew out candle. That's going after the spirit of Christ and the Arabian Jesus. Don't worry, it's all going to be taken care of, and it is. Um, Phone bubble chocolate. They drop their phone in the chocolate. There's a bubble. The chocolate looks like it might be good to eat. It might be safe to eat. It's Christmas time. Thunderbolts trailer. Looks like a good trailer. I think it could be a good film. I'd like to see the resurgence of the superheroes. I don't want them to go the way of Suicide Squad, but I want it to be good. You know, Not Your Fault, H. died, Ben V. Prophecy, Jesus. Now, look, no death is anyone's fault. I'm just saying, when you have this spirit of prophecy, okay, then like I do, because of the food that I eat Native American style, the thing is that I prophesied that H would slap Chris Rock, and that's what happened. He stood up against the R system, and that's what happened. He was Will Smith, and he slapped Chris Rock, and that was the night he died. And the thing is that that was prophecy. Okay, so when you have the spirit of prophecy, it's not a spirit of condemnation. So usually deployed to San Diego, Laugh Ear battleships docked. That was a vision on here. Protect Us, Black Ops, funny, serious. Grox is like satire approach. Okay, that's how you have to look at it sometimes when you get really deep into that. Dario Vasquez, Parks and Rec Aid, 35 miles northwest NYC. Okay, so yes, it was tragic. He died, but it was the fires there. We got fires on the west coast and on the east coast now. Walgreens was 31 October 2024. I believe that was code that I put in. That was what I'm talking about that Ben-Hur situation being defeated. It was the sesame lamppost and the brick wall with a vine growing on it, hanging over the brick wall. It was an animation. They showed it during one of the football games. It was dim lit, just like Halloween H2O. Very cool, very cool. So I found that on 31 October. Matt Peacock, Robbie Roberts, Aussie ABC News, 30 October. Now, listen to me now, Buster. This is connected to Donna Barr with her family and friends, September 29th, early. And that was here at Aliante. Lady Gaga disease, T Swift disease. Same thing. 2038, Antichrist was H's vision on his bed at Sterling. Paradise. H was in paradise at the Storebridge house. He had this dream and told me. He saw Delina Loxton Denny. They hugged for a long time, and she was about 30 and beautiful. The Blakely Beast. This is at Storebridge, okay? That house, another dream. She was sitting up on H's knee, which is Halloween 1939, Arnold Schwarzenegger, and Oscars 2022. Sitting up, and then the hair's He-Man, John Lee Irwin. That is the Beast. And that's little Jamie. Not Watson. We're not talking about, it's completely different. So, Didi died 2000. Whenever I was studying Tutankhamun at third grade, Miss Turner's class, Glaze Mill. And the night she died, her slippers were found on the shelf. No one had moved them. H asked, "What is God like?" She replied, "A laughing doll, like a laughing doll." All of those four are the ortolan. Thank you. Have a good night. God bless. Don't take it all too seriously. Just take it one day at a time. Try to get good rest. Rest during your deposits. Rest during your deposits at the bank and at the toilet. Thank you. Have a good night.